I can't help it because it is the hottest topic right now, and we missed a couple meme coins, you guys. I mean, a couple that could have been life changing. What do I talk about? What am I talking about? I'm talking about troll coin. Have you ever heard of it? You know, the troll meme, very classic meme. That coin in 2024, probably October, November, probably had at least 8 zeros in front of it. You know what troll coin is worth right now? For those who have foresight, and I was not one of them, Lord have mercy. Troll coin sits at 19 cents. So if you had the foresight, if you had the foresight, could have been a millionaire quickly. But we're not going to talk about what we missed. We're going to talk about what's coming up. And I want you to pay attention because this is one of maybe 2 or 3 videos we're going to watch today about some insider secrets on some things that other guys that have done a lot of research. They follow the crypto Twitter and other crypto savants about new meme coins that are coming out that we need to pay attention to and you need to take action on. Now, this is not financial advice, but you find the information useful, please act on it. And if you don't, that's fine too. But I'm acting on it. But I want to put you on to it. You already may know about it, but you may not. So without further ado,
if you want to max
here we go, guys. Hope you enjoy this one. Sorry about that little technical difficulty, but here we go.
If you want to maximize the amount of money you make in this crypto bull cycle,
this
is probably one of the most important videos you will ever watch. The main mistake people make when they're getting into the markets is chasing green candles, chasing FOMO. Once everyone has already come nice and early, they are using you as exit liquidity. You need to stop doing this and start getting into narratives nice and early. And here on the channel, we have a track record of doing this. So today I'm going to outline the thesis for you guys on why you need to be in these types of projects, not financial advice. Do your own research, of course, but this is exactly what I'm doing to take advantage of these crypto markets, and you need to understand the thought process behind it so you can come to your own conclusion, right? This episode is going to be very, very important.
You got to do your own research. Don't blame nobody, you lose money. Only invest what you can.
That's a bit of fun, right? But
or what you're willing to lose.
To truly understand why we are getting into these investments, why it will pay off, and why it is the best risk to reward ratio to take in the crypto markets right now. Let's get right into it. Let's keep winning. Let's do it. First of all, this is a chart, Bitcoin dominance. If you're not aware what Bitcoin dominance is, it is essentially comparing Bitcoin's dominance over the whole market as opposed to the rest of the market. As we can see here, we see a bearish trend happening with this Bitcoin dominance. So that's all you need to know about it, right? And we did lose that key level of support on the Bitcoin dominance. So that's exactly what we're looking for, this break of area of support. That's been an area of support for a while now, and we are breaking to the downside. This is exactly what we want to see, and we're almost in free fall right now, right? So the next level of support is this 57% mark, and then we want to see Bitcoin dominance continue to tank. Why do we want to see this tank? Because this is when all our projects that we get into, that we invest into early, take off. Bitcoin dominance, every time it falls, we are going through a historic altcoin season. So what do you think this drop here was, guys? When everyone got rich off meme coins and altcoins in 2021, that's exactly what was happening. So we want to see Bitcoin dominance continue to plunge. And I think we are in this right now where we are going to see something similar to this in 2021. Which will be a massive payday for all you guys right here if we're getting into the right projects. And that's exactly what we're going to be speaking about here today, because it is absolutely vital you don't get caught in the garbage going around and you get into the right projects right now. So first and foremost, guys, Ethereum is the most important altcoin in everything. It doesn't matter what you're involved with, say some low market cap AI coins, meme coins, whatever it may be. We need Ethereum to do well. This is essentially the daddy of the altcoins. If this doesn't do well, the altcoins do not flourish. We absolutely need
Never knew
to
that.
keep pushing. And why do you think we're going through what we're going through right now, guys? So we've got that confirmation on Ethereum, the absolute breakout above that 4K USD, that area of resistance we've seen before. And things are getting absolutely wild. People are suffering from FOMO. People are jumping into all different types of coins. So this is very important, guys. Ethereum, if you don't understand crypto cycles, Ethereum essentially leads the way for absolutely everything. So now let's get into the juicy gains, the stuff that is going to yield you the most returns this crypto cycle. Now, Worthless, we spoke about it in yesterday's video in great detail. If you guys missed that video, I highly recommend watching that. I explained my thesis behind Worthless coin and why it will perform so well. Worthless has crossed over 20 mil market cap, right? So it wicked over 20 mil market cap. You can see it there, 0.002. This is going absolutely nuts, guys. And it's because of exactly how I explained yesterday. All these Solana launch pads and ecosystems are competing for the volume. And now we've just seen Troll go absolutely parabolic, which wasn't organic in my opinion, right? So I'm just speculating there. But it was to draw attention back to Pump Fund, because we do know
that makes sense. Pump.fund used to be that little obscure site where anyone can make a freaking meme coin.
It's a bit
and now
of a,
it's become
it's
mainstream.
a fight for the top, right? So now Moonshot is
actually
coming back and going,
Fund's
hey,
meme coin you can buy
Worthless.
on Coinbase now.
We're going
That's
to
how
be
mainstream
the
it
king
is.
of the Solana ecosystem, the Launchpad ecosystem, and we're going to show that we have the most strength. Worthless coin, funny narrative to get in amongst. I think they're going to keep pushing this. It's in their best interest to do so. This is going to draw the most attention for them towards Moonshot. So they are going to keep pushing this, in my opinion, a bit of a cabal. And I think people are going to FOMO into this massively. So I think we still got a fair way to go.
Yeah, I'm sure you're
Worthless. We absolutely nailed this trade. 6.4 million market cap in the VIP Discord group we called it at, and people are extremely happy just a day in, more than a 3x. So take a look at that. But Worthless looking absolutely brilliant on the TA perspective. I think, you know, once we completely clear this old all-time high, we comfortably break past that. It's just escape velocity, it's price discovery territory from there. So once we do break that level, there is nothing really to go from, and I think we're just going to shoot up
at the very bottom,
30, 50, 100 mil market cap eventually.
I wonder how do you get in the know on this shit?
Once you understand
it was consolidating
behind that, you start to grasp these crypto kind of outlooks that you didn't have before. So when you're learning more in the space, you understand, okay, this is exactly why Worthless will pump. These are people actually competing for all the volume on the Solana ecosystem, right? So very, very important stuff there to understand, guys. If you don't care about that type of stuff, that's absolutely fine too. You don't have to fully understand these concepts in crypto just to invest, right? So if you do agree with someone else's thesis on it and you think they make sense, then go for it, right? But for the people that want to understand in greater detail what we're investing into, I'm trying to explain it here. Next is Alien Base. This was a pick that was mentioned in the VIP Discord group as well at about 12 mil market cap. I've been speaking about Alien Base even before today, you know, earlier on my channel. This was a great pick months and months and months ago when Base was doing well. I thought this was going to do really well. Didn't work out back then, but now the thesis is kind of playing out now, right? So we're seeing a lot of volume come for Ethereum. And this is what I said months ago, guys. I said Base just doesn't matter until Ethereum pumps. At the end of the day, Base is an L2 on Ethereum. And we talked about how these companies and projects were building on top of Ethereum and how this is super, super important, because that shows you where the future is going. They wouldn't be building on Ethereum if it wasn't coming back, guys. So anyway, you know, a bit of a tangent there, but I told people Ethereum is a lot more utility backed than Solana. Solana has its use cases, right? And it's great at onboarding retail, but it's more used like a casino chip rather than an actual utility project. That's the thing with Solana, and people don't understand about Ethereum. People are a lot more serious on this chain. Anyway, we saw the Base narrative coming back, and we are gravitating towards decentralized exchanges that provide liquidity for Base, right? So you can earn rewards with this. You can earn passive income. I think this is just a much better play than Aerodrome because of the multiples involved, right? So if Aerodrome wasn't as high, or even if you have a lot of money, I think Aerodrome's a better bet. I think it's a lot safer, but Alien Base is going to yield us those huge returns that we're looking for, in my opinion, right? So it's riskier. There's a token creation feature on the website as well, so that could be utilized and people could draw a lot of hype there. So it could be like onboarding a second type of Solana. Maybe it's essentially like a pump.fun type of thing. I don't know, right? But the future has it told that I think Base is going to do really well, and this is almost like a central hub for Base that is lower in market cap, right? I love the website. I think they've done well. So that's Alien Base. Next up is a little bit of lore behind why Abster will do so well. I tell you about Abster all the time, guys. I've been calling it on the channel.
Heard about
If you've been
this
following along,
Pingu's buddy or something like that.
Probably love me because of Abster, right? Abster is essentially a beta play to Pudgy Penguins. If you know how much money and marketing is behind Pudgy Penguins, Abster would have been fairly simple to grasp the concept of. So Abster, guys, again, it is pumping absolutely massively today. We have absolutely nailed the Abster trade. We bought it way down at these levels down here, about 5 to 7 mil. So I was talking about it down here with you guys. So the people that are long-term following me, they are so happy with this. This has been one of the easiest holds by a mile. Let's get right into why this is going to do so well. It's a beta play on Pudgy Penguins. We know how much money and marketing is behind Pudgy Penguins. This is essentially the mascot of the Abstract blockchain. I say this all the time. If you aren't familiar with Abstract, it's time to start getting yourself familiar with the Abstract blockchain. There is so much money to be made there, in my opinion. And obviously, Abster is your safest bet. This is going to be the mascot. I say this all the time. The breadth of the Base blockchain. It went to over 2 billion market cap.
Mr. Win all day.
Became like the main focal icon of Base. And that's what's going to happen with Abster. As long as we get the right amount of volume, as long as we get the right amount of attention we think this can get, and we do know the co-founder of the chain is Luca Netz. We say this every time, right? But just understand the thought process behind why we're investing in these coins. Very, very important. These aren't just standard gamble picks that we talk about in the other episodes, right? These are very important concepts you need to understand when making real money in crypto. So Abster's there. It's fairly late now, but I think you will still get good returns, guys, all right? You didn't get down here, that's fine. Not many people still on board Abstract, right? So it's a very, very unique type of concept here. So, and like I say to everyone all the time, a lot of people see this and they go, oh, I don't know how to buy it, and then they just don't do it, and that's costed them a very, very valuable position in Abster. There's videos on YouTube telling you guys how to bridge to Abstract. It's not that hard. Get the contract address, sort it out, okay? Next up is Teddy Bear. Same type of concept, but for the Pulse chain, guys, this, in my opinion, will be the biggest meme coin on the Pulse chain. So there's a bit of a narrative coming back for the Pulse chain. If you guys believe in Pulse, definitely bid Teddy Bear. And there's another one called DYOR at the moment, which is a dog. A lot of funding behind that. So go and look at that in your own time as well. We don't have too much time to talk about that. All right, talking about some things you guys absolutely love. So that here is CC Dog, which is Courage the Dog. You guys might remember this as kind of like a series, right? This was
I remember
Courage the Dog is absolutely pumping at the moment, and we did just find out about a Shiba Inu partnership with this token, right? So that is why you see this huge wick to 6.6 mil. It has come down now after the initial hype. Some people took profit, the pump and dump that usually happens after huge news. Guys, this could be a great time to get into this project. Obviously, there's a great team behind this to get a partnership with the Shiba Inu team. Who knows what's happening there, right? So I think a lot of money's piling in for this. A lot of YouTubers are speaking about it at the moment. I've just seen the narrative shift towards this, and I think this is going to perform really well. We haven't spoke about a dog coin for a while, so let's just add CC Dog in there, right? I think it's going to do really well, built on top of Ethereum. You guys know I love these Ethereum plays lately, right? I just can't stand the Sol Jeets at the moment. Next is MindFact. It's been speaking about it for a while, still performing really, really well, holding that really nice level of support. You know, guys, sometimes it's not about how fast it runs up. It's about how much it holds support. So we see these aggressive dumps from people that were probably really, really early in this project.
But how do you ever fucking know if any of these coins are going to be
parabola. You know, this was
of them.
when I told you guys about it, 1.7 mil market cap. Like I said, guys, VIP Discord group is getting the bag. They are getting into these projects nice and early. We called it down here. You had a quick, 5-6x there, comfortable. Now it's come back down to earth around 5.2 mil. It's looking like a nice accumulation phase for this project at the moment. So guys, if you're looking for a Matt Fury narrative to get in amongst, guys, we've spoken about it before, the whole Pepe, Brett, Andy, their coins that have gone
Matt
to
Fury
billions,
turns out
if
to be
not
gold.
hundreds of millions of market cap. And this is the next kind of Matt Fury narrative with the Cortex Vortex. So it's like his latest kind of book. So big narrative there. 5 mil market cap, who knows where it can go. I'm thinking at least 20 to 50 mil, right? That's exactly where I'm thinking it can go easily. So I'm holding on to this. I think MindFact's going to do really, really well, holding support very strongly. Like I said, these ETH coins have a lot more support than others. Next up is Mars. You know, it's gone through a very hefty correction after the initial hype. You know, we talked about it. We called it in the Discord way down here. Ran up massively to 2.2 mil. I'm not sure if other people spoke about it or not. A lot of hype behind it. And now we're consolidating at about a 60-70% typical correction of meme coins when they get aggressively dumped. It's not looking too great at the moment. I'll give you guys that. You know, sometimes you just have to call a spade. But I think if we reclaim these levels at 1.2 mil and sit nice there again, start using that as support, like it did act as support, and then we ultimately lost the level here, which wasn't good to see. So if we can make a swift boom straight back to 1.2 mil, start using that as support, and then bounce off that level, right? We definitely don't want to see if we see this as resistance again and come back down, Mars might be a little bit cooked, at least for the short term. But I think we should see some explosive moves to the upside. Hopefully they were just wallets in lots of profit that dumped off, and we can continue up higher. Next up, Marie Rose. Like I said, I thought this would chop between the zone. It was looking strong. It has the narrative. Soft Murad shilling. We've got James Wynn talking about and getting involved with it, but we've broken this trend line now. It's in a bit of a danger zone, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. So if Marie Rose ultimately really falls past this level here that's on right now, I think we're going to see it crash until about 4 mil. So be very, very careful on Marie Rose at the moment. I don't mean to spread FUD. I mean, I'm in this project myself, right? Marie Rose is looking not so good at the moment. We do want to reclaim these 6.5 mil levels very quickly. So we're making those lower lows. Not good to see there. And that does it for today's episode, guys. Very, very important episode today. I think you guys can grasp the concepts behind what I'm speaking about and maximize the profit you get in this bull run. Like I say every time, free Telegram group in the links down below in the description, and the VIP Discord group is there for anyone who wants to take it more seriously. You get my buy and sell alerts, and you get to have one-on-one.
All right, this dude, this is one of the guys I follow a lot, and he is very knowledgeable, to say the least. Really like what he talks about, and it gives you kind of an insight. Now, he wants you to, I get it, he's shilling that VIP group, but if you can get in early on some of these projects, man, why not? Ground floor, you really don't know what they're going to do. So I understand, bro. You gotta pitch your own stuff. All right, let's look at somebody else here. Who we got? Well, we're gonna take a look at my man here. His channel is called 100x Crypto Gems. So let's check it, man.
But because nothing in crypto is guaranteed, I like to add the caveat that nothing in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own research. And because crypto is risky, everything could go to the moon, but at the same time, it could go down to zero as well. So please invest responsibly. And also, I am not a financial advisor, so if everything so far sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and give this video a big thumbs up. So let's start off with some bullish news here. And of course, that involves the price action of Ethereum over the last couple of days here. And you can see, just looking at the 7-day chart here, that it's been on a nice upwards trend. So going about $3,400 all the way up to breaking the $4,000 mark, which is sitting at right now $4,200. So really good to see that the price of Ethereum is continually to go up, and more importantly break that $4,000 mark, because I believe that is going to be a very important psychological area that it needs to hold for the next while in order for alt season to really come into effect. Of course, there's more variables that need to happen, such as a big drop in Bitcoin dominance, for example. We need M2 money supply to continue to increase, and also we need interest rates to get cut as well. But once again, one of the important variables that will lead to the euphoric phase of the bull run is that we need to see the price of Ethereum continue to rise and eventually break its all-time high of $4,800. So once again, this is a very, very positive step in the right direction. And usually when ETH starts to really go, then also Ethereum related crypto projects also pick up on that hype
Courage
as well. So
Cowardly
this is a
Dog.
perfect
That was a funny
transition
cartoon back
to
in the day.
probably one, or if not the most quite under the radar sleeping giant, and I've been talking about this one for quite some time, is Dork Lord. So Dork Lord is built on Ethereum here, and for those who are new to meeting Dork Lord here, Dork Lord is the main bad guy or the main villain to Pepe. And once again, Pepe and the boys club right here, and you can see right here that this is Pepe right here next to his buddy Andy, and the four of them come together with Landwolf and Brett to form the Pepe or the boys club. And Pepe and the Pepe verse and the boys club, to many, they consider this to be the strongest narrative of this bull run here. So especially with Pepe leading the meme coin super cycle. So this is super bullish when you have the main bad guy to Pepe being now tied to what many consider the strongest and most popular narrative of this bull run. And I created this little video, and if you haven't already seen it, it shows Dork Lord facing off against Pepe. So what we want to do is create this little animation to bring this storyline to life here. So check it out and let me know in the comments if you like to see these type of animations, and in the future I'll consider adding more to not just Dork Lord but also other projects that I cover as well in future videos. So here we have Dork Lord facing off with Pepe to determine who's gonna be the ruler of the Pepe verse. So once again, in the comments below, let me know if you like these types of clips added to the videos there. But I wanted to share this clip to bring the rivalry between Dork Lord and Pepe to life. So going back to the website here, we can see that Dork Lord is found on some pretty good exchanges right now. It's found on Bitmart, Buyconomy, and also MEXC has just been added to the list of exchanges that you could get Dork Lord in. And of course, if you're interested in picking up Dork Lord on the MEXC exchange, I also included the link to the MEXC exchange in the description below and also in the pinned comment. So make sure to use that link because MEXC is one of the largest and most reputable exchanges in crypto right now. And we go and we have a look at the top exchanges based on its 24-hour trading volume. We could see that MEXC actually ranks number 5. So MEXC is constantly ranking in the top 10 when it comes to 24-hour trading volume. So once again, that's another reason to buy Dork Lord using the MEXC link there. So once again, I'll leave that in the comments below and also in the description of this video there. So let's go ahead and jump to its price action. So right now, the market cap of Dork Lord is sitting at a $4.3 million market cap. And the last time we had covered it, initially when we covered it a few weeks ago, the market cap was sitting about $2 million market cap. So if you got in when I made that very first video, you would be still over 2x here. And it's had a very nice continual strong uptrend right here that you can see the arrow here, creating a lot of higher highs based on these circles that I had created in the last video. And it reached a market cap of about 6.5 million before seeing this pullback right here to its current market cap of 4.3 million. And this is just a natural pattern that happens where you see an uptrend or a pump followed by a pullback, simply because people do take profits there. Nothing pumps forever. I think that'd be very unrealistic to think that any asset, whether that be crypto, any traditional financial assets, or even real estate, this continues to go up forever. Otherwise, everything right now would be valued at infinity here. So when you look at this chart here, it's right now, my guess is that it will be consolidating or looking to consolidate at a higher consolidation or support floor. And this is one possible floor right here. So anywhere between about the $3.5 to $4.5 million market cap right here. So in the best case scenario, we might see that happen here. And once again, we won't know until later down the road when everything plays out right here. But that would be my projection moving forward. But what I'm really bullish on this project is that it reminds me a lot of Turbo. And once again, for the longest time here, you see Turbo in this area right here at the very beginning, just in the state of accumulation for almost a year there. So it was sitting at around a 10 to $20 million market cap before it absolutely exploded to the upside to reach its all-time high at the time of about 650 million, to eventually creating its ultimate all-time high of over $1 billion. And of course, right now, Turbo is sitting at about $334 million market cap. But what you see the action right here, especially at the very beginning, where the Turbo was this accumulating for that year, it was this coiling up, getting ready to explode. And when you look at Dork Lord, for example, you see a very similar type of price action. So a lot of it has to do with this area right here that I'll circle as well. So you could see this area right here. And right now, Dork Lord has been in the state of accumulation for over 6 months there. So typically, and of course, it's not guaranteed, but typically what happens when a project continues to build and it starts to get really good marketing behind it, and it's been accumulating for a really long time, is that it's positioned to have an explosive, pump to the upside. So very similar to what we saw happen in Turbo here. It's if that pattern plays off with Dork Lord here, we may be seeing some absolutely insane explosive growth to the upside after this period of accumulation is over. So once again, that's why I'm super, super bullish with Dork Lord, simply because of how Dork Lord belongs to, what many consider to be the most strongest and powerful narrative of this meme coin super cycle, but also in terms of its chart pattern, there's a lot of similarities between Dork Lord and Turbo, and how it could potentially lead to a massive explosion to the upside after a long period of consolidation. So if we go to its X page here, we can see that the number of followers continues to grow. It's sitting at about 5,600 followers right now. And one thing that's really, really awesome, and I know that they were trending on Dex Screener the last time that I had covered them, and they still continue to do that. So right here, for example, 21 hours ago, you have Dork Lord trending on Dex Screener. So it looks like they are continuing to work hard, not only being active on their socials, for example, posting on a daily basis, but also continuing to market and get their projects out there. More exposure to them means more positive price action for the project there. So once again, if you're interested in skipping up Dork Lord, make sure to do so through the Mexi link that I put in the description and also in the pinned comments. So next up we have is Beast, and the way it's been performing recently has been an absolute beast indeed. So its name is very, very fitting. Now Beast is a main character in Matt Fury's new book here. So if you're not familiar with who Matt Fury is, it's the Chad that you see right here. So he's actually the author and creator of several big books here, most notably The Boys Club and Pepe here. So if you have a look at the type of books that he has been creating, he has created The Boys Club, The Night Riders, and Mind Viscosity. And the important part of this to understand that a lot of these meme coin characters have gone on to become $1 billion or $100 million meme coins. So very, very promising for Beast right here, because Beast is on the cover of Matt Fury's newest book here called Cortex Vortex, and this is the book that you see in front of you. And there was only a small handful of books that were printed that, if you look to buy it, some places, especially on eBay, are selling this book for as high as $4,000 there. So very, very hot commodity. So with this, when we go and we have a look at the website again, the most important thing when it comes to Matt Fury characters that appear on the cover of his books is that they end up being worth hundreds of millions or even in the billions of dollars when they're turned into a meme coin. And let me give you an example right here. So once again, here right in front of us, we have Pepe here to our left, and Pepe reached a market cap of $12 billion here. So you have Brett hitting 2.3 billion. You have Andy reaching 360 million. You have Lanroof hitting 260 million, and you have Hoppy reaching 150 million. So right now, the market cap of Beast is sitting at a $2.2 million market cap. So if Beast follows in the footsteps of all the other characters that Matt Fury has created here, it certainly has lots of potential here. So let's go back and have a look at the price chart. And in our video, I believe it was about 2-3 days ago that we created on Base here, we had talked about how the chart for Base created or is forming a cup and handle here and was getting ready to explode. So I believe at that time when we created the video for Beast, the market cap of Beast was sitting about a $600,000 market cap. So right now the market cap of Beast is sitting at a 2.2 million. So that's about a 4x since we last covered it, which was only like a day or two ago. So some pretty crazy gains. You can see that the cup and handle right here is I drew it, and then it is absolutely skyrocketed to the upside, reaching an all-time high, about a $2.6 million market cap before retracing to 1.6, and then just very, very recently it pumped up really hard to its current market cap of 2.2 million. So really, really strong price action when it comes to Beast here. So
I'm looking for
once again, a very strong play in my opinion, or a sleeping giant right now, that when it starts to pick up a lot of hype, simply because it is a character that is created by Matt Fury, and also it is Beast does appear on his most recent novel here. And if you look historically how a lot of Matt Fury's meme characters have done, they have gone on to once again reach market caps of in the hundreds of millions and as high as in the billions, such as in the case with Base Bread and also Pepe. So next up we have is Mindfac. So Mindfac is a character that also appears in Matt Fury's new book Cortex Vortex, and you can actually see it right here. If we click on this image right here, you'll see Mindfac appear on or in the back cover of his most recent book Cortex Vortex here. So once again, because of his close ties to Matt Fury and also to Beast, I believe that Mindfac has a lot of potential here. And if you look at this price action right now, Mindfac is sitting at a market cap of $6.2 million. And we drew this box here just to kind of show the potential area that Mindfac could potentially consolidate. And so far it looks to be staying in that box of between about 4.5 to about $6 million market cap. So right now it's a little bit above that at 6.2, which is really good to see that it is higher than the box of accumulation that we had drawn right here. So once again, it did have a huge explosion to the upside just very, very recently, back at the very end of July, where it went from about $1 to $2 million market cap all the way to about $8.5 million market cap before what it looks to be right now, looking to stabilize and create a much more solid area of consolidation, roughly around the $6 million mark here. So the Chad behind Mindfac, apparently he has a lot of connections throughout the crypto space here. So it's no surprise that we may be seeing Mindfac on a lot of very big exchanges there. So once again, nothing is guaranteed, but so far, quote unquote, that is the rumor out there. So once again, not only is there a strong team behind this project here, but also Mindfac is in such a strong narrative, especially belonging to the Matt Fury narrative and belonging to a book that just came out by Matt Fury. And we've seen how crazy those type of characters can perform in meme coin culture. And the next two projects here are ones I believe have massive retail appeal, because 99.9% of the people could definitely relate to these two next coins here, and especially the powerful message that they deliver. And the very first one is all will retire here. And all will retire, once again, talks about or delivers the message that time is your most precious commodity. And of course, in order to capitalize on that and utilize and spend the time the way that you'd want it, especially with friends, family, or doing the things that you want to do in your life, then you need to be able to achieve some level of financial independence, which will allow you to free up that time to do the things that you want in life there. So especially during retirement, a lot of people right now do not have that freedom. They're stuck doing probably jobs that they absolutely despise. And the older you get and working for 40 plus years, that is something that's really discouraging for a lot of people, especially the younger generations that come into the workforce, or even right now who have been working for a couple of years, that looking ahead, that the golden years are not exactly the golden years at all. So here, all will retire is a powerful message that the majority of retail could certainly relate to. Right now, the market cap of all will retire sitting at about $5.1 million market cap, and it was accumulating in this area that we drew in this box for quite some time. It's broken underneath it just a little bit, so we'll see exactly. We'd like to see it bounce back and kind of get back into this area of accumulation, roughly between the $6 to about $8 million mark. Ideally, of course, we would like to see all positive price action to the upside, but that's not how crypto works or investments work. There's always phases of pumps, pullbacks, and also accumulation happening here. So right now, because it did pump quite a bit back in July, from about $1 million market cap all the way to about $10 million market cap. Right now, what we like to see is a healthy or heavy area of accumulation forming before all will retire potentially gears up for its next leg up. And moving on to the next one.
See, this is where FOMO comes into play.
9 to 5. So absolutely relatable here. Once again, 99.9 of retail and the masses will absolutely understand this, because the majority of people are doing jobs that they either find unfulfilling or maybe even flat out hate there. So once again, the message behind fuck 9 to 5 is that you are too valuable to work a job or a 9 to 5 job for 45 years. And, depending on how long you live, that could be a lot longer than 45 years. So very, very powerful message behind fuck 9 to 5. And of course, being in crypto allows people to break out of those financial shackles so that they don't have to work those dreadful 9 to 5 jobs, and so that they will be able to not only retire on time, but also retire and create the lifestyle that they want for themselves. So let's jump back and have a look at the price chart for fuck 9 to 5 here. And once again, just very similar to all will retire. Just very, very recently, it ran up really, really hard from about a $1 to $2 million market cap to about an $8.5 million market cap. So of course, after a huge pump like that, you're going to see some sort of pullback as people take profits. And I drew this box once again to highlight the potential area that fuck 9 to 5 could be accumulating in. Once again, it is roughly in that area, slightly below there. So very similar to the chart of all will retire there. It's what we want to see is see a bounce back and have it return to somewhere in that area of consolidation, so that it could properly gear itself up for its potential big next leg up. So here's a bonus 6 sleeping giant 100x to 1000x potential that we could add to our list as well. That just came to my attention by 2 content creators. So the very first one is Joe Perry's here, and it came in the form of this X post right here that he did just a few hours ago. So he reposted this post by Moonshot. Now Moonshot is a launchpad that allows retail to launch their own meme coins. So actually, let's click on this picture here. And what I really want you to pay attention to, at the very bottom, you can look at this kid, and he's holding, guess what? A coin, the worthless meme coin. And of course, at the very bottom, it says this is worthless. So this, once again, is referring to the worthless meme coin. And right now, worthless is sitting at about a $15 million market cap. So not exactly worth it or worthless at all if it's sitting at a $15 million market cap. And also, another content creator that did a really wonderful job in terms of summing up the potential of worthless is Win All Day. So once again, I do not know either one of these content creators, but I have no problems, giving shout outs to content creators when I spot, work that is really, really good there. So and it's no secret in the content creation space that all of us learn off of each other.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly how the ecosystem
Absolutely.
grows.
I'm
And
just
that's how
reacting to it, and I
we,
love it.
as
You know,
content
I do
creators,
create
are
some
able to
content
deliver
on that,
the highest and best values to
subject,
you as the viewer as well.
I don't have enough
So,
time to do as much research. but
just having a look at
gave you some
this
great ones.
section of
Went
the
all
video,
day.
and
This
once again,
guy,
you're
Joe
free
Perry.
to watch this video on his channel here. But there are several major launch pads when it comes to meme coins here, and you can see that you have
Crypto
the
Banter.
Let's Bonk one, you have Jupiter, and you have Pump.fun, and the one of interest right now is Moonshot. And you can see that each one of these launch pads pretty much has their own flagship meme coin that really brought a lot of volume and attention to their launchpad. One example is the Let's Bonk launchpad, and obviously the flagship meme coin of Let's Bonk is Bonk, reaching a market cap of $4 billion. And if you continue to run down all these different launchpads here, you can see that Jupiter was Uranus, hitting a market cap of 75 million. And just very, very recently on Pump.fun, we have Troll, reaching a market cap of $220 million. So the important thing here is now, in order for Moonshot to compete and to have its time under the sun with in comparison to these launch pads, now what it needs to do now is create its own flagship meme coin in order to attract a lot of the attention and volume back into the Moonshot launchpad. And of course, that is why this post here signifies that it looks to be that Worthless is that chosen one to be that flagship meme coin for Moonshot. So that's why I believe that Worthless it certainly has that potential to do some really, really pretty much crazy gains. When you look at it, if you were to go back to this video right here, you could see that if it reaches the market cap of, for example, Troll, 220 million, that's a good 15x from there or more. And if it happens to reach into the billions, and be that of a comparison to Bonk, that is, an astronomical return there. So, just seeing how the pattern has played out for all these different launch pads that have flagship meme coins, Worthless is super highly undervalued. That has a lot of potential to grow if it's to reach any one of these, the market cap of any one of these flagship meme coins for these launch pads. So with that, I'll see you in the next video. But before that, actually, I'll ask you this question. Out of all the meme coins here, do you hold any of those meme coins?
Absolutely.
Do you believe that these are sleeping giants? And if
Absolutely.
if the ones that are
I've seen
not
too many of them
included
blow up
in
and make
this
people
video, then make sure
multimillionaires
to
overnight. So
add
yes, I believe
what you believe will be the sleeping giant that sends the hardest during the euphoric phase, and add that all in the comments below. And I would love.
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. So this is it. I'm not gonna watch another one. I'm gonna challenge you guys to figure out some of your favorite Twitter crypto guys, that you want to follow. Dig into this. Really take it serious, because it can really change your life if you hit. It's like a lottery ticket. Instead of going out spending money on a fake ass lottery, which you ain't really gonna win, you really have a greater chance of success with Solana meme coins. You just got to be right one time. And you ain't got to be right a whole lot. You just got to be right sometime. Meme coins make millionaires. That should be a t-shirt I should make. Think about that. Think you buy it. I know I buy it. But until next time, listen, I got some stuff to do. I got some other research I need to do. I got some other things I need to do in my life, my real life. But until next time, appreciate you tuning in. Like, follow, subscribe on all platforms. Twitch, Kick, Twitter, YouTube, Toro. I think it's Toro. That's the name of it. Whatever. But I appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, let's get that crypto.